279. Prarabdham pushyate vapurik vapuho iti nischitya nischalaha dhairyamaalambya yatnena swadhyasapanayanam kuru. So, when a person does nitidhyasana, the nitidhyasana itself presupposes knowledge of Shastra. Without Shastra Jnana, a person cannot do nitidhyasana, or you can say contemplation. Whoever the person may be. That's why those who say that, look, Mr. So and so, Maharshi so and so, Guru so and so, didn't study scripture but is enlightened, he was in always contemplation, that means something is wrong, either with the person or those who are talking. Like the popular version of Ramana Maharshi goes around, like he didn't study. How do you know that he didn't study? Number one, what are you going to get out of that? If you say he did not study in his own handwriting, how come you people also, your organization has published the book, that essence of many things like Upanishads, essence of Bhagavad Gita, Viveka Chudamani, and many things. So that means somewhere something is wrong. Because why I am highlighting this point is, if a person does nitidhyasana, or in English if you want to put contemplation, which has no value, meaning, to be very honest, very superficial word, unless you look at contextually as we are seeing it. Because nitidhyasana means what? Nullifying, removing, managing, eliminating, or reducing the impact of your vasana. Can you see this point? Contemplation means what in English? Sharpening the mind, targeting the mind, focusing the mind. I contemplate upon what? My past. Like psychologically also, did you contemplate about your mistake? Yes, I contemplated, finally I am regretted. Or I contemplated, I resolved. So that is not nitidhyasana at all. However, even though superficially people do talk, that's why each word has to be very carefully handled. However, here the point is, the understanding of Shastra is most important. Why? Because the understanding of Shastra highlights that the prarabdha will take care of your body and activities. Can you see this part? Unless and until a person has got complete understand of this karma theory, especially prarabdha concept, the person will remain restless. Many people do ask this question, look Swamiji, even if Swamijis, Sannyasis, Sadhus also go crazy. Especially if you look at Haridwar, is very famous for this. And of course next to Haridwar comes Rishikesh, and of course slowly all the mountains, slowly. So Haridwar is a place, always all the sadhus end up only fighting in the court. And also Haridwar, it is famous. How far it is true, I do not know, but that is what they say. To be very honest, I didn't inquire. And either I want to inquire, but what they say, I can tell you that most of the disciples are against their gurus. In Haridwar. How far it is true, don't ask me. Okay, this is just information I have got. Okay, most of the cases, it seems. Let us not subscribe to this word, to the sentence, but carefully I am just giving you an idea why this happens. Not because of anything, but because of lack of understanding of the scripture. Can you see this point? If the scriptural background is strong and teaching continues, remember, studied and put the pack and to get the post, okay, become disciple. Like, all of you have got engineering degree, okay, most of you are, I think today, like all engineering degree. Where is your engineering degree? Somebody said very nicely, the fellow happens to be electrical. So I asked him, hey, can you please, this is not our job. You studied electrical. No, this is we studied in the only lab. We can explain how to do it. But practically we don't do it, okay? Because there are so many people down below. What do you think is our job? So how you get engineering degree to get a job, and especially to get a software job, you understand? Which has no much connection. Yes, that is hardware, you connect wire, here is wire, okay, this is the only connection. Other than that, I don't see any connection. However, then after that, you never get a chance to refresh, never get a chance to look at what you studied. Same thing also, when a person studies the scripture for a purpose, never is associated with the teaching, definitely person will go wrong in life. That's why Puja Swami used to say very carefully, hey, after study course, God gets over. Even if you catch hold of one person, just one person, not necessary, keep teaching, whether that fellow learns or not, that is secondary. At least you will have your commitment towards the Shastra and teaching. Can you see this point? So here this word prarabdha, and why I am stretching this point is, understanding the Shastra makes one thing very clear. Hey, look, prarabdha is there to take care of your body and activities. From the birth till death, remember this point. This is called understanding of a Swami. You may break your head, you may do anything, but this is the truth, this is the reality. That the moment has happened from your birth for everybody, but Swami understanding, with understanding, okay? So the momentum will continue. When is it going to stop makes no difference. So body is going to get different type of experiences. We'll go through different type of experiences, good, bad, makes no difference. And let the body go through the experiences. And don't subscribe to those experiences. Can you see this point? Because the moment one starts subscribing to those experiences, now you will be deriving and of course arriving at different conclusions. First you derive some type of pleasure and pain. The experience, remember, does not give you pain or pleasure. But when you start, looking at them, judging them, comparing them, interacting with them in a different ways, that interaction, that judgment, that comparison only gives you pain and pleasure. So here it's being highlighted that to look at that this body will continue with its own prarabdham, you need to have dharyam, patience. It's not a joke, okay? Imagine, you know about your future in details, and you cannot open your mouth, and you should not, as per the rule, you should not open your mouth. What sort of pain you will have if you are not man of understanding? That's why, thank God, God is so kind to all of us, has not given the power to all of us to know our future. It is like, exactly, sorry, you love somebody, so instead of getting excited, you understand after 1 year or 2 years, you are going to, get separated. You will not have anything in your life. Everything is destroyed. Can you see this point? There will be nothing to hold on to. Only you will be a depressed person. So at least you know, wow, okay, this wow for 1 year, 2 years, whatever, that continues. Slowly you are mentally prepared. Okay. So that's why you can see for yourself that when you see more and more prarabdha concept, the more and more you start accepting yourself. And how to understand that you are accepting yourself? When you see that you are no more rebellious with reference to neither your past nor to the present situation. I don't blame anybody for my past nor my present situation. Deep within, if I start blaming anybody for anything, that means basically I am a rebellious person. Not only I am a rebellious person, but also I have not accepted my prarabdha completely, or I have not understood the scripture properly. That's why a person or a man of understanding cannot afford to become a rebellious person. It is almost impossible. It doesn't work. That's why what need to do is more and more allowing myself to accommodate, at least blindly, if possible, which is impossible, okay? To accommodate whatever comes in front of me. If not accommodate, at least let me learn to accept. That's why the last class we saw in details that how the prarabdha or avoiding with the understanding of prarabdha is a key factor for a person to live gracefully in life. Whoever wants to live gracefully in life, there is no other alternative. There is no other methodology or method to see for me as I see now, other than accepting prarabdha. That's why somehow it was part of all over the world, not only in India, all over the world. Some people use the word prarabdha, some people use the word fate, Somebody will use bhagyam, different words, okay? Luck and whatnot. This is what is one in my faith. In India, also, they'll throw 3 lines, okay? Means the lines on your forehead. And especially that they show when something goes wrong in the family, especially men, women also. Men will show with reference to wife. Wife will show in front of husband. Means these 3 lines you, okay? Wife very nice. It's right. Means husband understands, okay? You are attacking directly on me, okay? And sometimes in front of the children also, both the parents together, they do like this. Means it is for parents, okay? Sorry, children. It's an amazing thing. But poor child cannot do this at all, okay? It's a very funny thing in India happens. You should see in the family how things happen. I have observed many things, okay, in many places. However, coming back to the point. So more and more, I trust in knowledge. The more and more I see that my body is just moving on its own, based on its own karma, and karma means which includes karma phala. And me being a person supposed to take care of the body, and while taking care of the body, let me not indulge more and more, number 1. Number 2, also, let me not engross myself in the experiences which will again strengthen the vasanas. Because, remember, whether we like it or not, vasanas will get strengthened by itself. Even if you don't do anything, it has to be strengthened by itself. Only one thing, suppose if you don't eat anything, you don't do anything, close your eyes, yes, as long as it will remain as it is. But the moment you start opening your eyes, once you start functioning, then what happens? All vasanas comes back. That's why this emptying mind doesn't work. It has never worked. You know, a lot of movies, a lot of documentaries, a lot of things have come in the market. It doesn't work. Forget movies and all these things. You can look at yourself. Don't eat. Especially I noticed this point is when you have taken some food, and especially some people also in India when they come, whether it's pani puri or golgappa, both are one and same, okay? Pani puri. Especially foreigners, when they come to India, they go crazy. Especially Rishikesh, seeing this, round balls, and you understand, like that, okay? So seeing this thing, and when people are doing shusha with horrible water, so you guys go crazy. In fact, I tell everybody, please don't do that. If you want to eat, we can make it in our place, but don't eat it. But some of you go crazy, no problem, you know what happens. Suppose once you go crazy and you eat, your stomach becomes upset. Then what happens to you? You decide, no more I will eat outside. How long? Maybe one trip. That is also doubtful, okay? Maybe one trip. So next trip what you do? Let me look at the hygiene part, okay? I'll eat outside, but in a hygiene way. You understand? Then slowly you will see, now I am building up my body to eat anything and everything outside. Without eating outside, roadside food, in India it's not worth, okay? Indian food means the best food you get. I'm not telling you jokes, this is truth. If you want to really taste Indian food, is only roadside food, not in hotels. I'm sorry. The flavor, the taste, and of course sweat. You can only taste on roadside food, okay? However, that's not the point here. Then what is to be done? How to look at? As that happens in the reference to food, you start looking at it differently. But the moment you don't give importance, again you feel like going back. Same thing also our vasanas. Then what is to be done? Next verse, let us read. Naham jivah param brahma ityatyavyavritti purvakam vasana vegatah prapta swadhyasapanayanam kuru. So, okay, our friend has come, okay? This is the problem with these fellows. So, our friend monkey has come, okay? What can you do? The way they are creating mess, you cannot think of all the pipes. When they are, in a mood, okay, at least you can use and go up and come down. No. They don't shake. Hey! Sitting here, look. And you cannot do anything with them, okay? Coming back. So, naham jiva iti. I am not an individual. So, what does it mean, individual jiva? Individual means with a sense of insecurities, with all sort of uncertainties. Can you see this point? What exactly strengthens your vasanas? So your vasanas are being strengthened by what? Only by uncertainties. So when you are uncertain, in short, insecure, then with reference to uncertainties, you want to rely upon your mind, your experiences, and you hold on to or you get into your own cocoon. Can you see this point? Sometimes you get into your cocoon with your knowledge or without your knowledge. If you get into with your knowledge, also equally dangerous. Without your knowledge, also equally dangerous. Both have their own consequences. Let us not get into it. Because that is not my job, that is psychologist's job, to how to bring you out or how to make you to see. It's a big area in that. But in short, whenever I am insecure or uncertain, that uncertainty in me, insecure thinking in me, makes me to hold on to my mind, my way of thinking, my past experiences. Whether it is right or wrong, I don't know that. In fact, I don't listen to anybody. And I will not listen to anybody. Remember this point. This is a very good point to observe. Even if hundreds of people give advice me at that moment, I will not. Except one person called teacher. That's why we keep teacher in high pedestal. But if the teacher becomes like any other common person, that's a gone case. My life is completely ruined. I cannot think of impossible. It is almost impossible. As you know, this example I have given long back, but now I am bringing it contextually here. Two friends decided to go for trekking. One was blind, other one is very good one. But both of them are very good friends. The blind one being insecure. I'm sorry. Sorry, Vaya. Blind one, being blind, was depending upon a stick. And both of them were in a mountain that winter. They carried their own tent and lived there night. Meanwhile, this blind person, okay, one day went, second day, they were very close friends each other. So on the way, while crossing a small spring, this blind man lost his stick. It is very painful, but somehow the other person helped, got something, so handed over. Okay, let us now continue. In fact, he handed over his one first, then later on they managed something and went. Stayed night inside the tent. So it was freezing cold. But they were well equipped. Inside the tent it was freezing cold. It happens, especially if you go to Hojavasa, you cannot think of night sometimes. Inside the room becomes 0 degree. It's not a joke. Forget outside. So meanwhile what has happened is, when they made the tent and all these things, both of them slept. And next to this blind person, something was lying down. So when something was lying down, so he slowly, morning got up and said, look, God is so kind. Yesterday whole day, I was looking for my stick was lost and you gave me some stick. In the beginning your stick, then after that you took it and you gave me some other one. But look, that was not that great. Now I have got a best stick. Can you see? Woke him up and showed. So smooth, so nice. And what was that? That was a snake. The snake has become stiff. The hood of the snake is the handle. And so straight, you understand? So smoothie. What a beautiful snake. Sorry, beautiful stick. And he was praising. Remember, he is a blind person, okay? That's why the story was blind. Now completely attached to insecurity, not attached to the snake. Because understand the importance of the story. Because same story, when you listen in different time, you can see the impact of it. This is the difference. Now this knowledgeable person tries to say, look, this is a snake, please God's sake. That snake has come in because of this little weather, good weather, but this inside also could not survive because we were having, good jacket and everything. Look, please, no. You are telling me like maybe you are interested to take it because I can look at it. He said, no, to take my one at least. No, that means you want to use this one and you are giving yours. This is better one. Can you see how you compare, how you destroy? Say, look, please. This is a snake. Once the sunlight comes in, once the temperature increases, you will see the difference. You will create difference. No, you are maybe jealous of my stick. Maybe you have some ulterior motive. Maybe you want to somehow, because you are trying to take my benefit of my blindness. Can you see how you compare, how you destroy others? You are going to take advantage of my blindness. So far both of your friends, nothing happened. Suddenly the person wants to take the advantage of your blindness. This you could have thought of from the beginning, not on the way. You understand that? Because a vulnerable person will attack you in different ways. Remember, whenever you move with a vulnerable person, their vulnerability will get exposed at any moment, can attack you at any moment in any ways. You should be prepared for it. Now this person starts attacking left, right. He says, hey, look, I have made a mistake. No, you didn't make mistake. You go away. I know how to move, how to go about it. Finally, this person leaves. He says, okay. But with a big heart. with a painful heart, heavy heart, not big heart, with a heavy heart. That is better word. Because what can you do? Nothing you can do. Then of course, once the sunlight becomes stronger, the temperature increases, you know what is the consequences. That is what exactly is Vasana. And when we are blind to it, and you know what is blindness? Let me not talk, you are now qualified people to understand what is blindness. So blindness is nothing. Believing that what you know is right. Blindness is nothing. Believing that what you know is right. And whenever you believe what you know is right, that time you are blind with reference to many things in your life, including a person, a Swami, is a blind with reference to many things, supposed to be. Or else, suppose if, when you are in contemplation, if you are open to everything, if you are eyes, then you cannot do contemplation either. That is what the main thing we are talking. So here he says, look, what you need to do. Naham jivaha iti. Anytime mind suggests you are individual, you are insecure, and mind will start projecting different ways, different means, through different means, practical examples, situations. That time say, hey, I am not an individual, keep quiet. Never ever encourage the mind. Because once you encourage your mind, whoever you may be, even if a great personality, I don't want to name anybody, great personality, recent days, they have gone wrong. So Naham Jiva, then what? Param Brahma iti. I am the absolute truth. Etat Vyapriti Purvakam. So that means what? What do I need to do it? That I need to Atat Vyapriti Purvakam. I need to eliminate, I need to really manage, I need to see the limitation of what? Atat, that which is not truth. Then only I'll be able to avoid with what? Aham Param Brahma iti. Of course, why it doesn't happen? Because of Vasana Begataha. Because of the force of my Vasana. So that's why what I need to do here is, I need to also make sure that the force of my Vasanas to be taken care of. Then only what happens? I will discover that the understanding of me as a Param Brahma, the absolute truth, will be stronger. And that is what is called here, what? Eliminating, reducing the impact of my Vasana, and what is called Swadhyasa, Apanayana, superimposition, to eliminate my superimposition. Let us look at next verse. Shrutya yuktya swanubhutya gyatva sarvatmyam atmanah kochidabhasatah prapta swadhyasapanayanam kuru. Shrutya yuktya swanubhutya gyatva. So he uses this word. Vasana is not going to leave you just like that. To get out of your vasanas, to grow out of your vasanas, you need to really work a lot. And he just what? You need Shruti, you need Yukti, you need Anubhava. It is exactly like a child who is having tooth pain regularly, continuously, and also equally attached to chocolates. It's a very nice example. Why child? Elderly people also. But child is very vividly, the emotions are vividly, it's vivid. Whereas elderly people, they suppress, so you cannot make out. That's the difference. Now, the child goes to the dentist. The doctor says, dentist says openly, hey look, don't take sweet. Because everywhere we need to really remove all the teeth. Okay, but we cannot remove because you are a small child, automatically all the new teeth will come. But only patience is required. It's a very nice example that I have seen in few children cases, okay? Now what happens? That child will come because here Shruti is doctor's word. Parents' word is not Shruti, okay? Doctor uncle has said not to eat. They will not say doctor, doctor uncle. Then your uncle will be added, okay? Doctor uncle has said not to take. I want chocolate. Because I have said, Swamiji, I want chocolate. But my doctor uncle has said not to eat. Because, can you see my tooth? And that fellow will see all 32. Yeah, I don't want to see your teeth, okay? And all the details, okay? Will come. When did he go? What happened? What didn't happen? Every details you will get it. Good. Nothing wrong in it. So that is called Shruti. Doctor uncle here. Okay? The words of the doctor uncle become Shruti. But fellow, is it going to listen to it? Needs Yukti. Once in a while, suppose if somebody, no, you can eat. Or nice chocolate comes, old Vasana, what will it? Then again pain comes. Again goes doctor. Doctor will ask what? Did you eat? Yes, doctor uncle. Yes, uncle. Now your Yukti becomes strengthening. Whenever I eat chocolate hidingly or out of compulsion, there is more pain. 5 minutes I eat, but 5 days I suffer. So in spite of this experience, still the child eats. Not that, oh, once in a while. No, it takes its own time. Can you see this point? To see the chocolate very objective way for a child is not a joke. This is a real, what he call is contemplation. Here, if you want to use the word contemplation consciously. And what he does? Then Shwa Anubhuti. So doctor's logic, parents' logic, and also there will come. Logic will bring it. Sorry, I made a mistake. I jumped one step. Logic will say, yeah, doctor has said this thing, but also doctor has said, look, generally, chocolate is not a problem. This is the logic, okay? But after eating chocolate, you have to brush properly. That too within 3 minutes maximum. But the problem is, in your tooth there are a lot of holes. That's why this caramel enters inside. It does not get clean. That's why problem happens. Now what you do? You eat. This is called yukti. I can eat. There are two types of yukti, okay? I can eat, but I can brush it. So you brush, but then another yukti will, yes, I can brush, but doctor also has said, inside there are a lot of holes, it has go get in. It's very difficult to come out. What should I do? Maybe I can use, children are not that smart, okay, I am smarter, okay, in this regard. I can use hot water. And of course all this, mouth cleaning agent and all these things, if nothing happens, I can use some spray to make sure not only germs are cleared, I should be also cleared, okay? Oh. So the yukti will start supporting you, also yukti will start negating you. Yukti means reasoning. Then anubhuti takes over. After all, who is going to go through pain? It is me. Not my parents, not anybody. To please somebody, I may take chocolate, or to please my mind, I may take some chocolate. But finally, I am going through the hell. So, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti, Swa Anubhuti. When these three are aligned, remember this is the most important thing. When these three are aligned, if there is a little bit difference, some differences will not make you to follow it. So this is called Gyanthuva finally. So aligning these three, when these three are being aligned together, then only the child will never go for chocolate. Even if you keep any amount of chocolate in front of the child, as long as the tooth is not okay or teeth are not okay. Is it clear? Same thing also our life. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. The teacher says, yeah. Do you know? Because next, if you don't listen to it, next time you cannot go to the doctor uncle. When pain time, who rescues you? Only doctor uncle, not anybody. You understand? So because of that reason, you have to respect doctor uncle. So who is that? Why you have to listen to the teacher when things go wrong? When uncertainty, probability takes over me, that time only teacher makes me to be comfortable. Whether he does or does not anything, that is secondary, but he makes me to calm down. So that is called Shruti what? Then after that what happens? Yukti, your own reasonings, the studying scriptures, and the scripture also gives logic. Then Anubhuti, you have gone through the experiences. Then what happens? What is that here? Sarvatma Atmanaha, seeing yourself to be the self of everything. That the self is available everywhere and anywhere. Now, then what happens? And how, when? Kvachit avhasata. That's a beautiful word. So when it says kvachit avhasata, whenever this appears, like a child, whenever the thought of chocolate appears, or whenever any friend or any relative, any other uncle gives or promises to give a chocolate, then and there the child has to catch. Or else if the chocolate is in the front, it's not that easy. And holds, okay, after some child will say, after my tooth is okay, I will eat. Tooth will never become okay, and the fellow will keep eating it. You understand? And here he says, Kochit avhasata. So even if a little bit, any given time, whenever it appears that I am insecure, I am a self who is me, you understand, my body, mind, my complex, body, mind complex. Or you can say, I am a restricted self, identifying with small things, entities. That is how a person makes, or a person becomes selfish. So selfishness comes out of insecurity, number one. And identifying with self as a small entity. The more you start understanding, or you can say identifying or expanding yourself, can you become selfish? The best example is every man and woman is selfish with reference to themselves. Even if wife and husband in the couple also they are selfish nowadays, okay? That's why, bank accounts are separated. What a crazy idea, okay? Then if bank account, okay, let me not get into controversy, okay? So sorry. I should restrict some area somewhere, okay? So, but same couple or same man and woman becomes very generous, expands one's own heart, open one's own heart with reference to child. Can you see this point? A father, a man is very selfish with reference to wife. A wife is very selfish with reference to husband. Let us assume, okay, not necessary everywhere. But same man and woman are very generous, very open with reference to the child. How? And why? Because child is the extension of me. You understand? So the moment the person understands child is extension of me, is not restricting me, my wife restricts me, my husband restricts me. Can you see this point? So whenever and wherever you see the restrictions, there you withdraw. In fact, your self becomes weaker and restricted, smaller. So that's why a person, whoever is selfish or whenever you are selfish, basically you are a limited being. You are a restricted being. You are an insecure person. Only an insecure person can become a selfish person. And whoever is too much selfish, many people, Swamiji, he is very selfish, he is very selfish. What is your problem? Means the person, you have to feel pity for the person because the person basically is insecure and not able to come out of insecurity. Allow. If not this life, coming life. If not coming life, next life. Only you should pray, oh God, I should not be with him or her next life. This much you should pray. Be very clear, okay? That is that person's problem, not your problem. So that's why the moment it arises, how? That's why catch it. The moment you become selfish. So how to know you are selfish? The moment you feel little bit challenged with reference to anything and everything. The moment you feel challenged, then what you do, how you react, how you respond. That point you need to catch. If you don't catch that the moment you are being challenged, if you don't catch your peace of mind, in fact mind gets into pieces, okay? No more peace. You can play with the words, okay? So there is nothing called peace, but only pieces. You are a scattered person. Pieces means scattered person. Multiple personality. So that's why be very clear and careful. Moment anything appears, if you do not catch then and there, very difficult. And moreover, every day, make a point to start with at least half an hour and keep increasing. Close your eyes without any agenda. Because closing eyes with agenda is very easy. For example, if you decide to do japa, that is with agenda. You can close hours together, absolute no problem. You need little bit concentration, which we are in morning class tomorrow also. Why? To see the tip of the nose first. If you do not see the tip of the nose in meditation, that means you cannot do meditation. That's a nice point I am going to bring tomorrow, okay? something to hold on, okay? New points. I have to, keep cooking in keeping with scripture, okay? Please understand. I cannot cook by myself. I have to cook in keeping with scripture. So this is actually people will remember these tricks and techniques, you understand? And they say, wow, Swamiji gave what a beautiful information. And nothing I gave, okay? This is just I cooked it, okay? Rice is there, water is there, everything is there, just I put together and delivered right time when you were hungry. Because you were hungry, that's why I said, wow, what a beautiful rice. If you are not hungry, same rice I serve, you will not listen to, you will not look at, forget about eating and cherishing, okay? Because you are hungry, that's why you say, wow. So if you are not hungry, I have to create hunger. That's how we do it, okay? That's why today I did not talk. I said tomorrow, so that I create some hunger in you, nothing else. Now also indirectly I am creating some hunger here, okay? Coming back to the point. So, focusing or keeping a target if you do inputting japam, which is good, nothing wrong in it. Good, but sometimes close your eyes without any agenda. At least half an hour in a day. Just close. And allow the waves. Really taranga, okay? Waves. The thought process. Waves means thought process. To move. And for that, japam and everything is very much important. Because if you are doing japam, if you are doing pranayama, all the lifestyle if you have, the thought process will be better. The waves will be better. Whereas if you do not do all these things, suddenly you close. In fact, there will be only tornado. You will not come across a beautiful wind, nice, like especially either you will have a hot weather or cold weather. You understand? And sometimes it's tornado. Only cyclone and tornadoes. Whereas if you have done japam, if you have lived your life, yes, it will be like Vasanta Pavana. You understand? So in Vasanta, in autumn, no, spring, Vasanta is spring, I'm sorry. In spring, how beautifully the breeze comes. Wow! You don't feel like removing your dress, at the same time you feel like removing, you understand? You don't need a covering, but at the same time little bit, wow, what a beautiful way of looking at life. So all these things are required. So that's why spend time, at least half an hour, without any agenda. Prior to that, of course, japam and other things must. Don't think that, oh, Swamiji, is it substituting japa? God's sake. No, I'm sorry. It is not substituting japa, it is in addition to japam and other things, okay? Please, I'm making it very clear with all of you. Don't do that, okay? This is how people go wrong, especially Swamijis. The moment they become Swami, they become, we say, Pahunch Gaya Mahatma. So Pahunch Gaya Mahatma means already liberated. Almost liberated, you can use the word also. Then after that what happens? Instead of Vedanta becomes Devanta. This is no common word, okay? Vedanta, or most of the Vedantins becomes Devantin. So Vedanta, what is Vedanta? It's Upanishadic teaching. Anta means end of Veda. End portion of this Upanishadic teaching happens to be end portion of every Shakha of Veda, branch of Veda. That's why it's called Vedanta. So instead of Vedanta, they becomes Devanta. Devanta means end of Devas, Devatas, gods. No worship, no puja, no japa, nothing, because we are enlightened. And these useless people, I'm sorry to say, they will criticize the much. We are not Dandi Swamis. We are, because somebody told me recently, we are not Dandi Swamis, we are Paramahamsa Swamis. I said, what do you mean by the word Paramahamsa? You are Paramahamsa or Paramahinsa? Absolute violence, you understand? That is the right word, okay? Instead of Paramahamsa, we have to, new name we have to give, Paramahinsa. Not Paramahinsa, then it becomes Paramahinsa. Okay, that is really very big thing. Okay, no, I'm not talking about that. Paramahinsa. Okay, very clearly we have to use the word. Okay, it doesn't work. And I'm not telling you jokes. Any Swami who is completely free from this God and puja, japa, all these things, you have to be extremely careful with that Swami. Because you do not know. Maybe the person is enlightened, no doubt in it, but that doesn't mean that the person will be able to helpful to you. Hey, when you go to a Swami, for what? Unless you have a problem, will you go to a Swami? Let us be honest. When I was in the search of this knowledge, whatever, I had my problem. I was so confused, fellow. That was my problem. You understand? If I was enlightened, I understood what I am going to do, what is happening in my life, what is going to happen. You think I would have gone to any Swami? Hey, you keep your Swamitva with you. I was great, I am great. Why should I bend down to you? Who are you? You understand? I had my own problem. Because of only problem, to come out of the problem, I came to a Swami. Please, this is the honest approach. That's why, what is to need to do? Whenever it appears, oh God, time is gone today. No. So whenever the small thing appears, please try to catch that. In fact, that is what contemplation. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.